kill. That one in half. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomper Bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Itchy trigger finger. Make the most of the light while you can. This box once tailed a chugger-chugger. Now it's just off track. Let's see. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. The deeper the night, the darker it gets. Look at that, right in the chug yard. Follow the rails and you'll find all sorts of little treasures scattered all over the place. Who do you think? You're not the first wanderer in these parts. Good work finding that track. They can teach you so much about the world. Keep looking for more.
Oh.
As long as karma exists, the world changes, and we change with it. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He'd lie if he claimed it was all good. You changed after your Mooma and Popsy passed, and he understands why you had to leave. The old village being a constant reminder of what happened. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it, but it's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue color, that is. Nothing's more important right now than this. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. The air's too thin here.
What the fuck? Hypoxia. Oh.
What do you think of this place? Focus on your goal. Don't look down. Fight for each breath. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device, so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Light is the best, period.
Hell. What?
Fight for each breath. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Got one. It's not smooth, but it gets you there. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Você. Immo. Diabo.
Let's see.
Immo.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Maya.
Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters.
Você.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Kaffee.
Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Jammer fore dome da hunker.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Coca-Cola.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Kalba.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Mashaku hirsare.
Worries that when the world dies, there won't be any monsters left. What will he shoot then?
Mishaku hare zavani.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else.
Guga.
Approves of you working with the Jagni. They have the hunting spirits of a flock of hawks.
Sioro bartinea falish.
Enjoys it when he gets the chance, though they're not much good against monsters.
Ikaya barafka. Ti
But enough of that, right?
zene naften.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Zeta in yach.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Why adfuno diable.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Japintan kakuru.
Says he's not sure, but if you're going to haunt something, it seems a waste not to eat it.
Jamakuda hore tunka.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Tariman.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
I arin kashumai.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Unkyo.
Says it's not far at all. Fortunately for you, the squips seem to have acclimatized themselves to the otherwise uninhabitable dead zone. Ready to ride. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. Feel that? It's a lack of air. Smell that burning fuel. Your head is still spinning. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Who needs a weapon? It's becoming turnable. It feels like an ancient dungeon down here. Need a key. Mount up. Playtime is over. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death.
Okay. No.
Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there.
My
You'd better get a move on if you want to change things. A critter for you.
Oh shit.
You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Feel that power. Treasure the coming day. The world doesn't have so many anymore. fired up. Wiped out. The air is so dry. That'll hurt. There's a place and time for everything. But for that city scenario, it's already come and gone. You're not dead yet. Flying fists. This day is as good as it's going to get. Hear that? It's called quiet. Skronky Stomper. Enough of that. Breathe. Keep breathing. Subtle it is not. Back to your own stompers. Gah, that's just awful. Watch your step around here. Right out. Remember, any wreck you can crawl away from is a good one. Why walk on your own legs?